Welcome in for another episode of NFC East Beef. I'm your host, Jeff. You can call me Jefe. I'm also here with Corey for the first time. Welcome in, Corey. I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell our subscribers a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jeff, appreciate you having me on. My name's Corey, like Jeff was saying, and yeah, I've been a Cowboys fan basically as long as I can remember. Grew up in Austin, so obviously a Longhorns fan, but we really don't have any pro teams around here. And my family was just kind of a built-in fan base of Cowboys, and that's kind of where it all started. I will say though, first and foremost, I would like to think of myself as not a typical Cowboy fan. I think Jeff can probably attest to that. That's probably why he's even agreed to have me on. Because I'll be the first one to make fun of ourselves as much as anybody. But yeah, I
I would
guess,
definitely say that. You're definitely a more realistic Cowboy fan than what I've been introduced to. So I'll give you that.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm not the typical Bart Simpson's meme or whatever it is, like where it's like, oh, say the line again. Like, no, that's not me. Um, yeah, man, it's just. I will say though, I'm glad we're doing this at the end of the season where we already know where we sit. Um, Although I'm not sure why the hell we're still trying to win games, because I swear to God, Jeff, if you guys don't beat us this weekend, I'm gonna be really pissed. This might be my last episode.
I hope we do beat you. I hope we do, but it's definitely been um it's been tough sledding for this Cowboys fan base recently. But there are some good things. So before we get to the bad, let's keep in mind like we're trying to stay positive with the team and everything. Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Anything at all? You're happy
Yeah,
about?
I would love for us to re-sign Burt Auburn as for just basically a lifetime deal, because he is our best player at this point. Like,
Right.
always reliable, right? Making and playing. Because who knows what kind of Dak you're gonna get. CD's been out now a little bit after he just got paid. Um, I feel like we're just getting older, and who knows if we get to re-sign Micah. Just with the way our salary stuff works, it's just gonna be a crazy offseason, I feel like. But then again, we said we were all in, and I thought it was gonna be a crazy offseason last year, and we were to hopefully get somebody. Um, and I guess that somebody was just us re-signing our quarterback the day when the season started. So take that what you want,
Now,
you know.
I'll definitely say that I still stand by it. I always told you I think y'all needed to sign Dak, and I to this day I stand by it because there was nobody else better. It is the off season, well, it's not the off season yet, but in the off season you might have some other options, but at the time, Dak was your best option, and
That's fair.
I think
That's
I
totally
agree with
fair. That's totally fair.
that.
Again, I would love for somebody, to message us in the chat, and I just want the stats of Dak, his stats down by 2 touchdowns compared to his stats when it's like actually a game. Um, I love
That's
I
fair.
think Dak's a great guy. I think he's a great leader. He says all the right stuff. He's like what you want in a quarterback personality wise. Jesus, sorry, my phone's just falling down. Um, oh, now my son's crying. But when it
You
comes
can't hear him
to
on the screen.
okay, when it comes to playing and whatnot, it's just highs and lows with him all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas like you
Yeah.
guys finally got a guy back there that you're like you feel really good about.
Oh, okay. We waited. I think we did our time. I don't think that's a fair comparison at
Well,
all.
yeah. That's fine.
I think
That's fine.
I do want to really quick. I saw that both CD Lamb and Micah Parsons are Pro Bowlers this year. I didn't look at their full rosters, but those were two names that stood out. And I'm not trying to be biased or anything like that. CD Lamb, I see the numbers and I see the stats. Like just because the team isn't doing good, doesn't mean that he's not doing good. But Micah, I just feel like there's a lot more, a lot other edge defenders or linebackers, whatever position he wants to be under that week, that deserved it. Not to say that sacks is the only um, stat that matters, but he's not even 10 plus, and usually I feel like by now he's usually there and he usually deserves it. I think it was definitely a popularity thing with that. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, I think it has kind of become what the NBA has gotten to, where it's like, fans and probably media just dictate everything, and they
Yeah,
kind of lose sight of like who's actually been playing well, because they're not like a name that you can talk about on ESPN, or you can't debate about it much.
right.
Like, has he been great in the past? Like, yes, he's been like one of the most dynamic pass rushers, you know, since he's gotten in the league. But if you're just going off by like a year by year thing, it's like, I don't know.
And
I
not
don't
to not
think.
to mention, I'll let you do this one last thing before we talk about this week's matchup. Um, how do you feel about the mindset where you heard Micah say, "Oh, there's only 5 plays that made a difference in that game"? What do you what's going on there? That's crazy to me.
I don't know if he knows what game he's talking about, because 5 plays and that, like, my
Tanner
guy,
McGee was schooling. I don't get it.
like, what do we? I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
Okay,
I
we
think
can
that
we can
would,
move on.
yeah, that would take a long time.
So you said at the beginning, you hope that we win. I definitely, I think this is one of the first times that you still there? I don't know if it froze or not.
Yep,
All right.
yep.
Uh this is one of the first times that we can actually agree on a game uh and what we want. And I think it's kind of a win-win. Like if we win, we get the 6th seed. That's great. I'm just on cloud nine. We've never been this good before. If we win or lose this upcoming game, we're still in the playoffs. I'm not afraid of the Eagles. They're a great team. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to enjoy watching that game just as much as I would watching us play the Rams or the Bucks. Uh, Now, for you, you have definitely. Sorry, skip that. You have draft stock in mind. Um, are you trying to win? I don't know. CD's not playing.
Man, I hope not. Like, we, it seems like the only way we build our team is through the draft. So if that's the mindset you're taking as Jerry Jones, like, what are we winning games for right now? You're not in the playoffs, right? I mean, I know like no one wants to like, oh, like have this loser mentality of a franchise like to tank, but we're not making any moves. We're not trying to go out and like sign big names or anything like that. Like, we're not trading for guys. So if you're building your team through the draft, well, why not get the best freaking pick you can,
And
right?
I
I
think
mean,
we all know who you want to draft.
I would love my boy Genty. I would love, and I just saw what Scattaboo did to my Texas Longhorns, but still, I would love my dude Genty. Like,
Yeah, I definitely would not mind Scatabo. Um,
yeah,
I definitely would not mind him on our team because honestly, uh, Brian Robinson, he just hasn't been playing to the standards that we know he can play to.
yep,
And it's sad. And it's just the last couple of weeks that he's been doing this. He's having the best year he's ever had, but still we need that running back. So if we got Scatabo or duh, if we
don't
traded up and we got Dempsey, I know you'd be really upset. I know you'd be really upset.
no, because we'd probably get some linemen again, and it's like whoop de doo, and we'll, you know, think that we can run it back with Zeke after he comes back from the Eagles or whatever for his Super Bowl run and never hand it off to him and think it's a great signing in the offseason.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
I
Dowdle
don't know,
showed
but
some
I'm
flashes,
happy
but
where
I
my
don't.
team is.
Yeah, you should be.
And I know we're gonna keep it pushing a little bit for a little bit more because I know we have a lot to talk about and not a lot of time. So really quick, Saquon Barkley is not playing in the game this weekend against the Giants. As NFL fans, I feel like this would have been a great story.
Yeah.
Of course, they have bigger worries. They're trying to play for the playoff, play for the Super Bowl and get healthy. And I brought something up to one of my Eagles fans, friends, and I think that this is less about Saquon Barkley and them trying to keep him healthy, and I think it's more about Jalen Hurts may not be healthy enough to play in this game yet, and they don't want to scare fans, so they're just saying they don't want to have their starters playing. That's what I think. Because what do you mean you don't want to stick it to the Giants?
Yeah.
And even if it like I get it, you have your place set and you're probably still going to win that game without Saquon, to be honest. I
Hmm.
get it. But
I I think it's one of those where it's like, oh yeah, no brainer. Like let's play him so he can get the record. You're playing against a division rival, blah blah blah. Like yeah, like I want the record for our team. Like somebody brought up a
mhm,
good point. Like as an offensive lineman, like how cool would that be to say like I was part of the line that helped break the record for the rushing record. But then you're like, but then there's that chance that he gets hurt.
mhm,
And the way Jalen Hurts has looked sometimes, we're like this is the guy. You know, we have to have him
yeah,
to make everything else look good. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then if he does break the record, people are always going to say, well, oh, they're playing. He's got more games to break the record in, which is true. Don't get me wrong, but I think if they truly just left it up to Saquon and he said no, then great move. But if Saquon said yes, you got to let him play. So I hope they
apparently
I hope they
Saquon
gave him that option.
apparently Saquon said that he's doing whatever is best for the team. Obviously, that's the political answer. Um, I get it. I hope it's the same as you probably hope the same too. That it's going to be the same as last year where they had the first round exit. That'd be great. Um,
Yeah.
there are a lot of teams out there that could win in the playoffs, and I don't count any of them out. I don't want to see uh, Puka Nakua just having 180 yards receiving on our crazy cornerbacks, unless Lattimore's playing. I don't want to see Josh Jacobs running, crazy. Every team in the NFC conference has, really good players that can destroy you, even if the rest of the team is not bad. I mean, we have Jaden and Terry. Ertz did good last game. Ozzy did good last game, but that's really the star talent that we have. And then I've been to two Commanders games this year, and when I say just watching this kid, it's crazy. Like I think the play is blown dead, and Jaden Daniels is still running for 10 yards. It's insane. He's literally doing it. They locked up Terry for 5 yards receiving last game, and we scored 30 something points.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
yeah, he's
and
a special dude. Like, you know, and it sucks because he's fun to watch, right?
yeah,
Like, I don't want to like him, but the dude's fun to watch, and he's not like this cocky
that's
a hole like
that's what I
Baker
felt
mentality. Like
about.
he seems like it's just dudes like him on the team. Like he's kind of like got the swag, but like not in your face about it, which I love. So. If you guys want to trade for Dak, we'll do that right now.
There were some years there that I would take Dak as our quarterback over who we had, and I told you that. But there are definitely some guys that you have drafted over the years that I felt the same way. CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons. When I see you draft those guys, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this. That's gonna be a problem. But hey, I think the fact that we had never had this record of my entire life ever. If we went to this Sunday, Lord knows, Lord knows how far back it was. I don't even know. They didn't have 12-5. You couldn't have been 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know when the last time we won 12 games was, but I wasn't born yet. That's all I know. So I'm just gonna ride on this real quick and enjoy the time. I'm enjoying this time. And before we wrap it up, I want to read these comments by one of our subscribers, Deluxe. He says, Pro Bowl is heavily based on name recognition, not fully due to non-other votes, but slanted. That's definitely true. When he's commented that when we're talking about Micah Parsons being voted, not that Micah Parsons is not a great athlete. We all know Micah Parsons is a great athlete, but it's not. It's just not your year, and that's cool. I'm sure he'll have plenty others.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also said OJ has the per game record in 14 games. Oh, I think Eric Dickerson did say that. Yeah, if you go back. And hey, we all thought Adrian Peterson was going to win the record. We thought Derrick Henry's going to win the record. Now we thought Saquon was going to win the record. 91 has 14 wins, if memory correct. 91 had 14 wins. Oh, that's crazy. I was born 2 years too late, but
I was gonna say, I was like, I know you're old, but damn.
All right.
You're not that old.
I'm like 15 days older than you. Relax. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up this episode of NFC East Beef with your host Jefe and Corey. I just want to thank everybody for coming on. If you like the channel, if you want to discuss NFC East Beef, whether your team is the Eagles, the Giants, Cowgirls, I had to throw that in there, or Commanders. Definitely
got a name.
Yeah, definitely subscribe, like, share, do whatever you need to do to get this word out. Let's talk about football. Let's talk about it respectfully. And yeah, let's grow this. I'm looking for how many subscribers. Let's get to 100. Start out. I feel like that's a fair goal. And with playoffs about to happen, hopefully more subscribers come along. But yeah, if you like the show, subscribe, like, share, and follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is jefe.miles. That's jefe.miles. I'm not sure if Corey wants to put his information out there, so I'm gonna leave that up to him.
Got people trying to find my kid, man. No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
That's fair. I'll start an Instagram or something once this takes off for the show, and you can follow us there. All right. But until then, what's up?
I said, yep.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Until then, thank you for your time, and we'll see y'all next time.
All right, man. See y'all.